I'm Jake, I can't skate, and now that we've done our roster projection, if Rasmus Andersson stays on the Calgary Flames, at least to start the season, now we will do a roster projection of a trade of Rasmus Andersson. I say a trade because there's obviously not one particular trade that we could possibly project here. So, what I have done, I'll go over before we go over the roster. Like in my first roster projection, I signed Connor Zary to a 2-year, $4 million contract, and I signed Dustin Wolf to an 8-year, $9.5 million contract extension. What I did for a trade regarding Rasmus Andersson is the following. I traded Rasmus Andersson to Dallas in exchange for their 2027 first round pick and Liam Bichel, a 21-year-old defenseman. Now, I have already had it pointed out to me that it is unlikely in some people's eyes that Dallas would trade away their 2027 or 29 first round pick because of conditions in the Mikko Rantanen trade. And this is a valid point, but I tried to make the trade as realistic as I could, and the truth is that the Flames need a first overall pick in the Rasmus Andersson trade, and they also need to stick to a age range in whatever other asset they might get back. So, in addition to the Rasmus Andersson going out on the Flames side, I also included the Flames 2026 second round pick. Once again, people have pointed out that the Flames arguably have the more valuable asset here, and I shouldn't be throwing in sweeteners preemptively, but I didn't want to seem like I was making those crazy trades that you see on Twitter. That full trade is Rasmus Andersson and a 2026 second for Liam Bichel and a 2027 first. Now, we can get to the roster. The forwards are unchanged from the previous video, as you would expect. Huberdeau, Kadri, Coronado, Coleman, Backlund, Zary, Sharangovich, Frost, Farabee, Lomberg, Pospisil, and Hanzik. The D is where it gets interesting, obviously, because you traded a defenseman who I had on our top pairing in the previous roster construction. So, my initial defense pairings look like this. Mackenzie Weegar with Zane Parekh, Kevin Ball with Liam Bichel, Braden Hall with Ilya Solovyov, and Hunter Brstevich as a seventh defenseman. Now, after I've done this exercise, I'm actually waffling with having Ball as the more defensively responsible left defense paired with Zane Parekh on the top pair, but I'm happy with either of these defense pairings. And in goal, obviously, we have Dustin Wolf and Ivan Prosvetov as before. That name is going to get me all season. And because we're now carrying a seventh defenseman, we only have 2 scratches, and they are Justin Kirkland and Adam Klapka. In the real life scenario, I would argue we probably have a defenseman sitting in the press box. Maybe it's Kuznetsov. But for the purposes of this, I have Klapka and Kirkland eating popcorn. Let me know what you think of these pairings. Obviously, I want to emphasize that a big portion of this exercise is dependent on speculation, because I don't know, and none of us know, what a potential Rasmus trade looks like. We have to play some fantasy hockey in our heads here, but I believe the trade I made is reasonable, with possible other pieces moving around because of considerations and stipulations on some trade assets. Some other teams that we might trade Ras to include Carolina and Columbus. I've heard Edmonton. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, because that would be craziness. But I just wanted to put it out there that this is all a speculative, fun exercise. And with that, I'd like to invite you to put your projected rosters down in the comments, or leave a comment on mine on Puckpedia. That link will be in the description. And I can't wait for all of you to tell me how silly I've been down in the comments, and for a actual Rasmus trade to happen while I'm in Lethbridge, because I can't record. Should this happen, I will do a full breakdown of any moves that happen while I'm gone as soon as I get back. Like, subscribe, and share, and go Flames!